Oh boy, just got myself a brand new graphics card.
Perfection.
Can't wait to see what this baby can do. Oh. Monster Hunter Wilds is the latest installment of Capcom's Monster Hunter series, in which you play as literally whoever the fuck you like as you travel village to village and mercilessly beat the living shit out of anything that moves in order to upgrade your wardrobe. Along with your ragtag team of Mia Khalifa, Little Miss Personality, the boss from Snake Eater, Werner Divergent, and Curious George.
Ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy.
You set out to investigate the outlandish hearsay of a 13-year-old MacGuffin with split personality disorder.
You're a hunter. You've got a weapon, and you do nothing? Please, don't do this. I'm begging you. I don't know which of us is worse.
It's you. To help you complete this arbitrary task, there are 14 weapon types to choose from. Unlike the other games in the series, you can carry 2 around with you at once. I went for the bow, but chose the greatsword as my secondary weapon to balance my testosterone levels. You can go right ahead and take your pick from any of the other greatly unique weapons the game has to offer. Good swords, great sword, sword and shield, convoluted and shield, rapid regret, overkill, a disappointment to your family, toothpick, pogo stick, boomstick, weeb simulator, swing and a miss, Swiss Army knife, and the Ocarina of Time. It's at this point that I'd like to point out that the story has absolutely nothing in common with other similar media. This is really giving Jurassic Park right now.
That's the male. Each herd consists of one male and a number of females.
They're moving in herds.
As the game kicks off, things are looking good. After taking down a few monsters and doing the local villagers a solid, you can curry favour to progress to the next area. For example, in the first village you can secure yourself a Sacred, your trusty mount for the rest of the game.
The Sacred are precious to our village.
Alright then, keep your secrets.
Now, I'd love to go into more detail, but to be perfectly blunt, this same formula is essentially copy-pasted over the next 3 areas.
Seriously?
So, let's skip right ahead to the ruins of Wyveria, where we're greeted by previously encountered monsters, except this time they've got some sick RGBs. It's here that we finally confront the White Wraith from the boy's fever dream that we've been chasing the entire game. And we also get to meet Old Man Exposition, who has an awful lot to tell us, including but not limited to...
Our ancestors succeeded in creating life. Creatures they called guardians.
Yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they didn't stop to think if they should.
They don't eat.
Doesn't look like it was dinner either.
It's killing for sport.
They live indefinitely, and therefore have no need to reproduce.
Did it... all of them?
They don't die of natural causes?
Not as long as they continue to consume the wyvern milk.
Wait, let's run it back.
Wyvern milk.
Just checking.
That pendant has a very unique function.
Alright, class pop quiz. Is it A, a floral-scented bath bomb, B, a Tamagotchi, C, a vibrating love egg, or D, a disappointingly convenient plot device?
Perfection. For the continued preservation of this ecosystem.
Say the line! Alma.
The guild authorizes you to slay the guardian artifact.
Acknowledged.
After taking down the last surviving member of Run DMC, the last thing we need to do is restore balance to the world. The bad news is that it's here that Captain Indecisive himself is posed with a world-defining question. Fuck the ecosystem up irreparably, or let the slumbering calamity pop off. The good news, however, is that the Hunter has a third solution, and as a surprise to absolutely no one, decides to beat the world back into prosperity. Damn, was this designed by Apple? Having dealt with this potential calamity-inducing Giga Dragon, you've finally completed their glorified 15-hour tutorial, and appropriately your next task is to clear out a bunch of somehow stronger chickens from the forest to make the Ewoks happy. It really is tough to scale things down after saving the world, isn't it? Essentially though, you're now free to do whatever your heart desires. However, your heart will probably desire hunting Arkveld into extinction all over again to make some fabulous trimmings for your shoulder pads.
Thankfully, we now have a much deeper understanding of elephants.
I played through the game solo, as honestly MMOs have conditioned me to be afraid of any kind of social interaction. I heard a lot of people complaining that the game was easy, and when I finally threw up my first flare, I understood what they meant. I wouldn't call it hunting so much as a group of thugs roughing a guy up out back of a Soho nightclub. If you really want a bit more challenge, I'd recommend joining a single player online session, leaving your cat at home, and lubing up for Gormagala. I was asked recently, what do you do in Monster Hunter? At first I thought that was a stupid question. But after thinking about it a little longer, I realized it's a ridiculously stupid question.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Capturing endemic life, petting your poogie, and, God forbid, fishing are just a few things you can do if for whatever ungodly reason you decided to boot up a game called Monster Hunter with no intent to hunt monsters. As for the rest of the game, the landscapes are for the most part pretty gorgeous. But the trend I tend to find in these kinds of games is that the first couple of areas are always stunning, and then developers realise they're running out of time or budget and they get a guy on Fiverr to piece together the rest. The monster designs are also generally pretty serviceable. You've got your usual flying wyverns, your brute wyverns, and your— Jesus Christ, what the fuck is that?
My eyes, the goggles do nothing.
For everything it is, and everything it isn't, Monster Hunter Wilds definitely does what it says in the title. We've got the monsters, we've got the hunting, and we've got the wilds. And then you've got shit like this.
Years later.
Happy hunting, everyone.
The will to live always finds a way.
Life finds a way.
Oh, for fuck.